Nobody expected Colin Cowherd to speak up. Not this time. By then, the noise around Caitlin Clark had already reached a level most media figures quietly avoid. Tension was everywhere. Every comment dissected, every reaction amplified, every word weaponized. And in the middle of it all, names like Natasha Cloud and Kelsey Plum suddenly became part of a conversation that wasn't slowing down. At first, it seemed like another passing moment, another debate, another disagreement, another cycle of headlines fading in a week. But this time felt different. Colin Cowherd was watching. And when he watches closely, it usually means one thing. He's about to shift the entire tone of the conversation. He didn't rush. He didn't react emotionally. He waited. And that silence made everything louder. As Cloud's comments circulated and Plum's words added fuel, reactions split into sides. Fans argued. Media debated. Players chose their words carefully. Everyone understood. This wasn't just about basketball anymore. This was about control, respect, and who defines the future of the sport. And Caitlin Clark stood at the very center, not by force, not by choice, but by gravity. Everything kept pulling toward her. Natasha Cloud didn't whisper her frustrations. She spoke openly, and what she revealed went far deeper than a single disagreement.
Investment for 5 years and it lost money. And I got about 6 months left in the investment. And in the last 6 months, they started making cash. I'm not bailing on the investment. I want to finally get my money back. So they're going to get a raise. They're finally turning a corner. But and negotiating in any business is all about current momentum. It's not about 12 years ago. It's about current momentum. There are companies. I'll give you an example. When The Athletic, which is a subscription-based sports writing site, got purchased by the New York Times, The Athletic was losing $45 million a year. They bought it for scale. They bought it because at the time, Biden, not Trump, was president.
It exposed tension that had been quietly simmering behind the scenes. Tension over attention. Recognition. How fast everything had changed. Kelsey Plum's involvement only intensified it. Her presence gave weight to the frustration, proving this wasn't isolated or random. It was structural, emotional, and public. That's when Colin Cowherd leaned in. Not literally, but in a way his audience immediately noticed. His tone shifted. His posture shifted. And when he finally spoke, it wasn't loud. It was calm. And calm is dangerous. Calm doesn't look like reaction. It looks like judgment. He didn't insult anyone. He didn't attack Natasha Cloud. He didn't dismiss Kelsey Plum. He did something far more powerful. He reframed the conversation. He said something simple, but undeniable.
All we asked y'all to do was put a muzzle on Natasha Cloud. Put a muzzle on her. Why can't any of y'all shut her up? Anybody from the WNBA, any of y'all. Nothing she does helps. All she does is go on these random, it's almost like roid rages. You know when them baseball players take them steroids and then they just had them roid rages, them gym freaks. It's almost like she just have roid rages and just starts spazzing out. Nothing she says is helping the CBA negotiations. Natasha Cloud is ruining our chances of seeing Caitlin Clark in the 2026 WNBA season. Somebody needs to put a muzzle on this chick. One of y'all.
He said it plainly. Stars who bring attention to a sport don't weaken it, they grow it. Suddenly, the entire argument looked different. He wasn't defending Caitlin Clark emotionally. He was defending her structurally. He explained what happens when a player changes visibility, when ratings spike, crowds swell, and people who never cared suddenly start watching. He wasn't talking about feelings. He was talking about reality. And reality doesn't negotiate, it reveals. He reminded everyone that attention isn't something you divide evenly. It concentrates around moments, around personalities, around presence. And Caitlin Clark had presence. Not because the league gave it to her, but because the audience chose it. That distinction mattered. It meant this wasn't artificial. It wasn't manufactured. It wasn't handed to her. It was pulled toward her. Cowherd didn't need to declare anyone wrong. He simply explained what happens when momentum becomes unstoppable, when audiences decide faster than institutions can react, when the future arrives before anyone is ready. Suddenly, Natasha Cloud's frustrations looked different, not invalid, but outpaced. Kelsey Plum's position looked different too, not unreasonable, but caught in a moment larger than individual control. Because this wasn't about individual players anymore. It was about trajectory. And trajectory moves in only one direction, forward. And Cowherd emphasized something else.
Depreciate our value, our equity, our finances with.
Man, y'all don't bring. Let's be real, man. Caitlin Clark is the value. Tasha Cloud, you ain't bringing nothing to the table, bro. Like, hold on, let me get in my bag now. Let me stop playing games. Tasha Cloud, ain't nobody buying no fucking tickets for you. Let's stop playing games. You not selling out nothing in Unrivaled. Nobody's even talking about you in Unrivaled. Nobody's talking about Unrivaled. Period. Nobody's watching it. The ratings are in the dumpster. What are you talking about? Why are you acting like you the one that's bringing in this, and that when it's only Caitlin Clark? What are we talking about? Why are you talking? Why are you talking?
Within the business. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. And I don't want to hear shit else about our league loses money. Every professional league, every organization loses money somewhere. Literally look at their expenses.
Dude, hey, what are you? Your league the owners have not made $1 in 30 years. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Are you drunk? Are you drunk? You in Florida, you been smoking that? What you doing?
It's for the year. You can literally look at the Brooklyn Nets expenses for the 2026 or 2025 season.
Something subtle. He said Caitlin Clark wasn't forcing attention. She was absorbing it. There's a difference. Forcing attention creates resistance. Absorbing attention creates inevitability. And inevitability is impossible to argue with. Fans felt it immediately, not because Cowherd shouted, but because he didn't. He spoke like someone describing gravity, like someone explaining a force no one can control.